Hey kids, welcome to WBC Kids. It's great to see you again this week. This week we're going to be talking about a verse, which is Kaylee's favourite verse. It is Philippians 4:13. And it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. We're going to be looking at some different ways of seeing that. But first of all, we're going to start with a prayer. And as always, remember, we go 1, 2, 3, and 4 we cross our arms, and 5 we bow our heads and close our eyes. And we say, Dear Jesus, thank you for helping us all to come together now. Help us to learn more about you while having fun as well. Thank you, dear Jesus. Amen. Amen. Okay, so first of all, we're going to have a song. Bit of a different song this week. So, over to the singers. What an awesome song, and how well it fits in with our theme for this week. So as the song said, Philippians 4:13 is really easy to remember. It's just 10 words. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Something for us to do next. We're going to hand over to Kaylee and to Zoe for a really quick craft that will help us to remember those words. So Kaylee and Zoe, it's over to you. Thanks to Zoe and to Kaylee. What a brilliant craft. I really hope you enjoy having a go. Draw the picture out yourself. Write the words in and it'll help you remember what's an amazing verse in the Bible. Remembering those words, we're going to watch a Saddleback Kids cartoon in a minute about a man called Gideon and about how brave he was. So, without further ado, over to Saddleback Kids.
Slapstick Theater, Gideon's 300 Men. This is Gideon, who was a judge of Israel. In the time when Gideon lived, a group of people called the Midianites were taking over the Israelites' land.
Get out of here!
And the Israelites were starving. So the Israelites asked God for help. God chose Gideon to rescue the Israelites.
Hey, everybody!
And gave him the power to lead an army of Israelites.
Yeah!
One day, Gideon and his army got up early and came close to the Midianite camp. God told Gideon that he had too many warriors with him.
Really?
So God told Gideon to let all the men who were scared go home.
All right, you can go home. Phew.
So 22,000 men went home, and Gideon was left with only 10,000. But God told Gideon that he still had too many men with him.
What, really?
He told Gideon to bring the men down to the water and that God would give them a test.
Okay.
Gideon did as God asked, and then God said, "Divide the men in 2 groups. In one group, put all those who cup water in their hands and lap it up with their tongues like dogs. In the other group, put those who kneel down and drink with their mouths in the stream." Only 300 men drank from their hands. God told Gideon, "With these 300 men, I will rescue you and give you victory over the Midianites. Send all the others home." So Gideon did as God said.
You can go home.
That night, God told Gideon to get up and go down to the camp to listen to what the Midianites were saying.
Hey, Pura, let's go.
Gideon and his servant Purah went down to the camp and saw the huge army. There were too many men and camels for Gideon to even count.
Whoa, that's a lot of camels.
But Gideon heard a soldier telling another man about a dream he had that showed them that God would give Gideon victory over the Midianites. When Gideon heard this, he worshipped God.
Come on.
Then Gideon and his army of 300 men went down to the Midianite camp. They blew their horns and held torches in their hands. They yelled out, and the Midianite soldiers rushed around in a panic and tried to escape. Then God caused the Midianites to start fighting against each other. Because of God's power, Gideon and his army had victory over the Midianites that day.
Thanks to Saddleback Kids. Oh, guys, you're amazing. Thank you so much. What would we do without you? Now, Gideon, now that's an impressive man in the Bible. Gideon led a battle and he led his men into war. But he also trusted God so much that when God said to him, "You need to trust me more, get rid of most of your army," Gideon did just that. Not only that, it happened again. He listened to God and he heard God say, "You need to trust me more, get rid of a load more." Gideon was left with 300 men. And what would you know it? They went into battle and they were successful. They won. That was because Gideon trusted God. And that's why I wanted us to remember that Philippians 4:13 verse. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Those 10 little words. Do you remember you did the craft about it? I can say it one more time. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It means if we try and do it by ourselves, we're going to fail so many times. But when we trust God and when we really rely on him, he's going to look after us. Remember last week when we had the footprints poem? And we remembered that when we looked back in the sand, the man looked back in the sand. He didn't understand that in all the hard times, he was all by himself. And God turned to him and said, "It was those times that I was carrying you." And when we think of those verses, that's exactly what we mean. When we trust God as much as we can, he's going to look after us. And that doesn't mean it's all going to go perfectly, but he will always keep us safe. Okay. I'm afraid that's all we've got time for this week. Don't forget, download pack, download it, colour in your pictures, put them onto Facebook. We'd love to see some of the work you're doing. I really want to see some of your crafts. It would be lovely to see some of the work you're doing. I bet you can do better than the youth. And on that note, we're going to have to finish. We're just going to close in a very quick prayer. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, we cross our arms, and 5, we bow our heads and close our eyes and we say, "Dear Jesus, thank you that I know and we know that we can trust you. Lord, strengthen us when we struggle and when we feel all alone. And help us to remember that you're in charge and you're looking after us always. Thank you, dear Jesus. Amen. Amen. So don't forget those words. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And on that note, we will see you next week. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.